Imagine waking up on a random Tuesday morning and your entire marketing machine is already done. The LinkedIn post is drafted, outreach emails are ready to send, leads are researched without a single hire, just Claude. But here's the thing, most people are using Claude like a smarter Google, and that's exactly why they're not getting results. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use Claude to build your own marketing team and run an autonomous system that handles your entire marketing operation. Let's get into it. If you're a business owner, a consultant, or a founder, you already know how expensive marketing is. A freelance content writer? That's probably around $1,500 a month. SEO specialist? Another $1,500. Email marketer? $1,000. Social media manager? $1,200. And if you want a CMO to run all of it, that's anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a month on its own. Add it all up, you're looking at $10,000 a month just for marketing. But that's just the money side. The real problem nobody talks about is the time that gets burned going back and forth. Even when you have the team, you're still managing them, briefing them, reviewing their work, chasing deadlines. Think about it. Your content writer writes a post, passes it to the SEO person, comes back to you for approval, then goes to the social media manager for scheduling. One piece of content, multiple people, multiple days, just to go live. And here's what makes it even worse. Most small business owners and solo consultants can't afford this team in the first place. So they do everything themselves, and marketing becomes the thing that happens only when everything else is done, which means it basically never happens. I've seen this play out with someone exactly like you. Meet Marcus. He's an operations consultant based in Chicago. He runs a consultancy called Apex Advisory. He helps mid-size companies fix internal problems, slow processes, inefficient teams. He's genuinely great at what he does. But his marketing, totally different story. No dedicated marketing person. Just a few posts and emails here and there. So let's actually fix that from scratch. To build an autonomous marketing system, there are 4 building blocks. The first one is the project. Every time you open Claude, you'd normally have to re-explain who you are, what your business does, and all the context that goes with it. Projects solve that. You set it up once, load in all your business information, and Claude carries that context in every single conversation from that point forward. Think of it like onboarding a new hire. You brief them once, and they just know. So let's build Marcus's project right now. Open Claude, click on Projects, and create a new one. I'll name it Apex Advisory. From here, I'll add everything Claude needs to know. Who Marcus is, what services he offers, who his ideal clients are, his brand voice, his marketing goals, and just like that, the project is live. Now here's a tip most people don't know. Instead of typing all this out manually, you can just upload a document. I've already put together a complete business profile for Marcus. I'll upload it directly and hit create. Done. Claude now has full context about his business. Before you set up your own project, do this first. Put together a document like this for your business. Think of it as your business Bible for Claude. Since the project is ready, let's test it. I'll ask it to write a LinkedIn post about the biggest mistake founders make when scaling their operations. And look, the output already sounds like Marcus, his tone, his ideal client, even a bio at the bottom. This isn't generic content. It sounds like a real person wrote it. So Claude now understands Marcus's business, but this still isn't a team. He's still typing prompts manually. That's where skills come in. Think of each skill as a dedicated team member built for one specific job. A content writer skill that writes posts and newsletters, an email marketer skill that handles outreach and follow-up, an SEO skill that researches keywords and optimizes content, a social media manager skill that plans your content calendar. Every one of these skills sits on top of the project, so they all have context and they all work together as one connected operation. Let's build our first skill, a competitive intelligence analyst. I'll use the Create with Claude option, give it a name, select Opus, and send. And look, I didn't tell it to use live web search or how many competitors to analyze. It figured all of that on its own. When it's done, I can save it with one click. Let's test it. Inside the project, I'll type, what are other Chicago-based ops consultants doing on LinkedIn? Watch what Claude actually does here. It starts with a broad search, then realizes that's too surface level. Pivots, goes specifically after solo consultants, checks their LinkedIn presence directly, runs more targeted searches. I didn't ask it to do any of that. It just figured out a better approach mid-research. And here's what the output looks like. A market snapshot. Who's dominating, who's missing. Competitor profiles, what others are doing in detail. Pattern recognition, what every consultant sounds like and why none of them stand out. white space, the exact gap Marcus can claim that nobody else is touching, and a positioning strategy tailored specifically to him. This isn't generic market research. This is a custom intelligence brief built for his situation. A real competitive analyst would charge thousands for this. Claude did it with one skill. Now I built that one from scratch to show you how it works. I've also built a content writer skill, an email marketer skill, an SEO specialist, a lead researcher, and a social media manager. These skills still only know what we told them manually. They can't see what's happening in Marcus's business right now. They don't know who replied to his emails, who's sitting in his pipeline, what's on his calendar. So how do we fix that? Connectors. Since most of Marcus's business communication lives in Gmail, let's connect it so Claude has access to real-time information. I'll invoke the email marketer skill and ask it to check the inbox from the last 7 days, figure out who needs a reply, and draft personalized responses for each one. Here's what happened. Claude read both the email marketer and the context from the project, went straight into Gmail, pulled every email from the last 7 days, read through all of them, and figured out which ones actually need a reply. And it didn't just list them, it categorized every single one. Look at this one. An active client named Carol Bennett is asking for a project update, and she sounds slightly frustrated. Claude caught the urgency, put it first, and drafted a reply that acknowledges the delay, gives a concrete delivery date, and keeps the relationship intact. Context-aware, situation-specific, drafted in seconds. And this one's interesting. A client named Scott Mercer pushed back on pricing. He needs it under $7,000. That's the kind of sensitive situation most people would overthink for hours. Claude held the pricing floor at $8,500, but offered to phase the payments across 2 billing cycles. Same thing for the other emails. Drafted and saved as drafts in Gmail. Marcus just reviews and hits send. So now we've got skills that know what to do and connectors pulling real-time data. But Marcus is still the one showing up every day to trigger it manually. What if it just ran on its own? That's where Cowork comes in. Cowork is the autonomous mode that turns everything we've built into an actual system. Let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to create 3 workflows, one for LinkedIn posts, one for cold outreach, and one for a newsletter. Let's start with the first one. Go to Cowork, click Scheduled Tasks, New Task, Set up manually, and enter the details. I'll name it LinkedIn Post Workflow. The description, research and draft 1 LinkedIn post every week. Then, I'll lay out the logic. Use the competitive intelligence analyst skill first. Based on its output, use the SEO specialist. Based on that, use the content writer to write the post. Finally, use the social media manager to build a distribution plan. Save a complete PDF summary to the Apex LinkedIn folder. Set it to act without asking, run every Monday at 9 in the morning, and hit save. I've already built the other 2 workflows the same way. One for outreach, one for newsletter. Now let me show you what happens when these tasks actually execute. Let's look at cold outreach. There's a progress tracker on the right. Watch what it did. First it found prospects, then it identified one specific challenge for each one. Then it drafted personalized cold emails. Then it saved a PDF summary. 4 different steps, 0 manual input. And if you think that was surface level, click into the research step. It went through thousands of websites, articles, and links, analyzing each one against the ideal client profile. Here's an example. It flagged a company in the sealer industry as a potential prospect, but then dug in and found their revenue was nearly double the upper limit of the ICP. So it moved on and kept looking for better fits. That's not a keyword match. That's judgment. And that was just one skill. There are more running in this same workflow. Once it had enough data, it compiled the prospect list, invoked the competitive intelligence skill to identify operational pain points for each one, drafted every email, saved them as drafts in Gmail, and wrapped up with a PDF summary of the whole approach. Now pause for a second. Think about what actually just happened here. Marcus woke up with 5 quality leads already researched, emails already drafted, a LinkedIn post that went through competitive research, SEO analysis, and brand voice matching, and a full newsletter with a unique angle on a topic nobody else in his space is covering. Could a person do all of this? Sure, but a person would have spent 2 days just on prospect research, another day on the LinkedIn post, half a day on the newsletter, and somewhere in the middle, context gets lost, quality drops, and deadlines slip. Claude did all 3 workflows in 15 minutes. I'd put that up against a team of 4 or 5 people working a full week. And this is what a marketing team built with Claude actually looks like. You can copy everything I just showed you and build your own workflows for literally anything. The formula is always the same. So here's the quick recap. Build a project, so Claude has full context about your business. Build skills, each one acting as a dedicated team member. Connect your tools, so Claude can see what's actually happening in real time. Then stack all of it inside Cowork to run automatically. All of this for $20 a month. Start today. Set up your project, build your first skill, and watch it run. If you like this video, leave a like and make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.